What's up, guys? Hope everybody having a beautiful day, man. It's amazing outside. I hope you're getting out and getting into some nature, man. It's beautiful out today. It's May, summer of 2025, and you got to take the hate with grace. This is what I mean. So, I made a video yesterday about the art, basically a compilation of the art of being alone, right? And the message within the video was that being alone isn't loneliness. The sense of loneliness is the absence of trusting oneself, being okay with oneself, right? Doing the things that you love to do on a daily basis, whether someone's around you or not, right? And hate will always come from a place of somebody who's hurting, of somebody who wants negativity in their life. They're drawn to that, that energy, that atmosphere. But then it also comes from people who, just don't want to see you win, bro. I'm gonna be 1,000%, real in this video, guys. Like, hate always comes from beneath. And this is why you should take it with grace, because you're doing something right. Think about it. No one hates on anybody who's not doing something right. So if you're out there putting a positive message in the world, if you're out there doing something that's making an impact to somebody, and out of nowhere you get these attacks, these spiritual attacks, these verbals, or whatever the case may be, that is a bona fide proof that the things that you are doing is actually helping somebody. Proof that what you're doing is actually bringing somebody closer to their goals. Hey, how's it going? Don't stop. That's what I'm saying, guys. Don't stop. Don't stop creating your content. Don't stop pushing you. Don't stop being your best self. Don't stop trying to improve and become whole, right? Because first of all, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's anybody that's telling you that, they just don't want you to win, G. You gotta take the haters on, like, all right, bet, because that's what this come with. That's what this come with. Any form of success, any form of improvement, any form of impact on the world, it's gonna come with this shit, and you gotta take it to the chin, right? You get what I'm saying? You gotta take it to the chin and be like, okay, this will come with it, right? This is what comes with, me helping people. This is what comes with me becoming a better person. This is what comes with me making an impact on the world. Yes, I actually want to get out of this big field, guys. You know what I mean? Just get out here, get up into the sun, you know what I mean? Soaking that vitamin D. Hope everybody having a good day, man. Hope your day's good. But hate gonna come with it. When you truly desire something. And that's how you know you really putting in the work. Like actually, let this be a sign. Let this be a sign right now that the hate is proof that you're actually putting in the work. That's what it is. We're going to rename the title. You know what I'm saying? We're going to rename the whole title. You feel me? Hate is the proof that what you're doing is actually working. Right? It's actually working. You're actually making an impact. The hours you put in, the nights where you forget to eat. You get what I'm saying? Because you just so locked into your purpose and what you're trying to accomplish in life. This is your proof. This is your proof right there, because as someone who's a workaholic, right? As someone who's like, nah, man, I just clocked out the 9 to 5, time to get it in the 5 to 9. You know what? I'm in for the overtime. I don't need sleep. You know what I mean? As someone who, and yes, you need sleep. I'm not saying don't, forget your sleep. But some of those nights, you've been grinding. You didn't go to bed till like 5 o'clock because you was working on your business or making a script for your content or dialing in your fitness or prepping or getting ready for work for the week, so that way you can just get up seamlessly and don't gotta rush through. Like, you know who you are, right? That's watching this video. You know who you are. You know the work that you put in. So this is your confirmation. This is the work that I'm doing is actually yielding results. And it may not be big results at first, and that's okay. That's what we got to be okay with it, though. You got to be okay with the small dubs first, right? God gonna hand you the small dubs first, because as a species, the ego, the pride, this will crush what you're trying to do, man, before you even get it off the ground. So take the hate with grace. You know what I'm saying? Take it as a badge of honor, almost. Like, oh, word, you hating? Cool. That tells me that I'm actually impacting something. I have a voice, right? That somebody somewhere, this is affecting them in a positive way. Hopefully it's positive, but it could also affect them negatively. You know, over here we keep it real, man. We don't live in Lululemon, right? But God is that's a proof that God is watching you do what you do. God is watching how you impact people, and God is also watching the work that you put in, right? You know, I was on my way reading the Bible down here to the park, all right, and I'm in Matthew. I was reading like Matthew 29 to 30, and then I was just kind of going over my notes because, like I said, guys, I'm currently studying the Bible, getting closer to God. You know, really building that real relationship, because I don't see God as a subject. Take the hate with grace. But oh yeah, they hating on me. Bad. I'm doing something right. I'm helping somebody, right? Because you gotta understand, most of the time when this hate comes through, it's a mirror, right? And sometimes if you let your pride get in the way, you can know that and still let your pride be like, you know what, let me check this person. Let me let this person know what they gotta know. You know what, fuck this person. I'm gonna tell them I didn't put it in the But you gotta handle it with grace. So back to the story. Okay, guys, so I made a video about the art of being alone, right? I feel like as men, somebody who can, I can attest to this. At one point, being alone was a very thing that was very much uncomfortable. I wouldn't say that I was necessarily scared of it. I've grown up, in me and my sister, single parent household, so a lot of the times I was used to being by myself, but that's not necessarily the issue, right? But essentially, I made a video about the art of being alone, being comfortable with yourself. And right in the comment section, as per usual, someone's trying to give me the business about, I'm going to hell, and, my videos are cliche and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe let's see what's going on. So I go to this person's page. They have 2 subs, no videos. Account made in 2021, right? So if the account was made in 2021, I know this isn't a 4-year-old leaving this hate on my, in my community. I know this isn't a 4-year-old doing that. That's what beef would we have? You get what I'm saying? How would that even resonate? Why does a 4-year-old even have this kind of access to YouTube? So we can rule out that possibility. So let's get into the bananas of the shit. Do you feel me? Let's get into the real DNA of it. And typically, this got to be somebody that I probably know, or probably somebody that I cut off. Oh shit, that's what I did. Same difference, y'all. Same difference. I'm just enjoying the sun, man. I'm enjoying the sun, and I'm trying to, explain the situation without diving too much into the negativity. You get what I'm saying? Been working on my content in the way I'm trying to deliver it to you guys to be more concise. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you guys sticking through, coming through, hanging out with your boy. Appreciate it. And yeah, hold on, guys. Just look at this. This ain't beautiful, man. Man, if dogs didn't properly freak right here, I'd fall down into the sky. Sky gaze out here. Go back to the story. Hate comes from 2 to 3 places. Somebody you know, somebody you don't know. Yeah, they only come from 2 places. So you gotta keep going. You gotta take that hate with grace. You gotta be like, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for showing me that what I'm doing is helping somebody. Thank you for showing me that I'm actually making an impact on the world. Thank you so much for showing me, that these are potentially your true colors, right? And you gotta peep the signs, guys. You gotta, like, if it's somebody close around you, let's just be real for a minute, you know what I mean? If it's somebody that's around you, dog, you gotta be able to peep the signs, man. Like, if they constantly watch what you're doing, but not supporting you, bro, like, you don't even want them people around you, right? And it's like, it's not because they owe you something, right? We for the people who truly do this thing and do their business and their development and stuff like that, we know that. But it's like, you don't want the way that the world is going and the way that God is moving, man. You don't want the energy around you. You don't even want that energy to be close to you, in proximity, right? Cut them off, man. If they're not supporting you, if they don't have the best, and you can feel it. You can feel it. They don't even necessarily gotta support you, but you can feel when a motherfucker doesn't have your best interest at heart. Right? We can feel. You can feel that. You can pick up on that, man. So please pick up on when people don't have your best interest at heart. Stay away from them people, man. Especially if you really want something big out of life. And that's why I'm saying it ain't to be envious, angry, or indifferent towards these people. You gotta lock in. It's really going to take everything. If you're really trying to 180 your life, if you're really trying to go hard, if you're really trying to push, if you're truly trying to make an impact, you really gotta lock in on all fronts. All fronts, like every single one. Social, right? Like, if you going out every weekend, right, and you trying to build a business, you gonna have to stop going out every weekend, right? If you're partying a lot and you trying to get sober, you gotta stop partying. If you trying to get in shape, we know what we gotta do. We know what we gotta do. We know what we gotta do. And I want you to do it, man. And I believe you can do it, but you gotta do it as well. You gotta believe you can do it as well. You gotta be like, all right, let me take the hate with grace, right? Let me move on. Let me build my character. Let me do what I gotta do. Let me surround myself with the better people, right? Let me put myself in better environments. Let me learn new things. Let me be open to change. Let me be open to receive God's word. Let me be open to relinquish maybe some habits or some thought patterns that I have. It's going to take everything. It's truly going to take everything. I believe in you guys, but you gotta believe in yourself. It's your boy Ozzy, man. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at It's Just Ozzy. Follow me on TikTok, It's Just Ozzy, my G. You know what I'm saying? Click the link, man. Check out the merch. Check out the store, man. Appreciate y'all for tagging along with me.